Yeah, we can. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Should be more than enough time. Oh, that's cool. Distribution ain't too hard. It says multiply everything by whatever's outside the parentheses. Okay, we should have a -2. We specifically had an example like this. What is x times x? Squared. Minus 8x. Okay, watch your signs. For the other one, not only do I have to distribute, but I'm going to need to combine like terms when we're done. That was our last example last time. 3 and a 9x is a 27x. 3 and, now you can either say, keep the sign, 3 times 4y is 12y. Or, call it 3 times a -4y is a -12y. Like, they're just different schools of thought. And 3 by 3 is 9. Careful. Let's see who got caught in the trap. -5 times 7 is -35. -5 times y is -5y. It's a negative times both of them. Okay. Then, I ain't done yet. Every time I run into a plus or a minus, it's a new term. What were the 3 criteria for like terms to go together?
Well, we had same sign, same exponent, and
They have to have the same exponents, not the same sign, the same variables, and the same exponents on the same variables. So like x squared y is not the same as xy squared. Same exponent on the same variable. Now in this case, no exponents, don't got to worry about it. I just jam together. Here's an x. There's no other x's. What do?
make it its own.
The cheese stands alone. Personally, I like just kind of getting rid of it so I don't accidentally use it again. I put my other y's together. You owe me $12. You borrow another 5 because I'm dumb enough to let you borrow more. You owe me 17 y's. And then constants with constants. You have $9. You want to buy a new game, costs $35. You're going to need to somehow borrow $26 from someone. Now, someone's going to ask, what if I have those in different order? Well, do you have the same Lego boxes? So here's what I mean when I say, is it the same terms? If I had -26 plus 27x minus 17y, is it still the same sign with the same term? That's cool. But if I had said 17y minus 27x minus 26, because that's not a -17y anymore. That's not a positive 27x anymore. Okay? So if you got them rearranged but still the same terms, you're okay. Nice and simple. Regardless of what order you put them in, did you have this term with this sign, this term with this sign, this term with sign, this term, this sign? 5 terms, 5 correct terms with their correct signs. Is that what you got? Okay, 5 things, 5 points. Yes'm. Write it up. Be gone! His parole officer's here. Is that how you refer to your parents? I don't know. Okay. All right. We had 48 hours. Questions? Pretty straightforward. Everything is review. So far, it's all review, so it should be going pretty quick. Couple items of housekeeping. One, if we're doing our daily quizzes, remember, open notes, open all resources. I want to know what you know, not your neighbor knows. Okay? Pretty obvious when someone's just writing down their neighbor's stuff. You think I don't know, I know. So I just make a mark of that, and then when it comes time for me to enter the scores, I just make those zeros. Okay? So don't do that. Don't even do something that's going to make me suspect that. Okay? Because it doesn't matter. Daily quizzes are a total of 10% of your grade for the entire year. It's not going to move the needle that much. The quizzes, those matter. And yeah, that was a thing. Don't got them all done, but I see now why the freshman lines are usually so long at parent-teacher conferences. Kids just don't have it figured out yet. So no questions, no nothing. I think I only had one or two people just kind of in passing come ask something quick. We then before we start 1-8, we will finish off the packet today because it's not much. A. Next week's homecoming. Y'all haven't been at the high school for homecoming. Each day's got a like dress up gig thing. Be tasteful about it. Have fun, but be tasteful. So what I mean is, if Booger wants to be rolling in a big banana suit for the video game character day and say, I'm one of the bananas that Donkey Kong grabs, cool. Go for it. Have fun. If, on the other hand, we got, I don't know, we'll pick on Tyson. Tyson's rolling around in Spanx and buttless chaps. Okay? That's a problem. If I can't do it in school, you can't.
I never said you couldn't.
Nah, but Morford did. So you keep it reasonable. Have fun, but keep it reasonable. Okay. If it's a distraction, you might have a teacher who just says, "Nah, that's not happening." Okay, they'll kick you out of class. They'll send you down to the office. You'll have to go get the loaner gear. Anyone had to do the loaner gear yet? Okay. Oh boy, that was a accusational head tilt. Okay. You don't want the loaner gear. You're going to walk around looking like a hobo all day. Okay. And it's all washed and clean, but kids just don't like it. Okay. So just with that going on all week, be tasteful about it. Wednesday, we have an advisory day. We have not yet had one of those. I don't think, right? No. Advisory days are Spartan times where everyone has an actual assigned activity to do in Spartan time. Now, you're going to have those your entire high school career. They can range anywhere from get on SD My Life. The counselors will walk you through all that stuff, where they're going to say you're going to go here, set out your academic plan for your high school career, what you want to do with your life. You might go to a career fair that's down in the gym. You might, any number of things. Seniors, they'll do scholarship writing, or they'll have graduation practice. Like, we try to keep all the crap that gets in the way of school to Spartan time. Case in point, yesterday. They didn't want to take classes away, so they had the whole lot of you do your NWEA testing on a Maroon Day so that we weren't missing class. Okay? We have an advisory day on Wednesday, and that particular day, there's an assembly for the whole lot of you, and we have a presenter from NAMI here. If you don't know what NAMI is, it's our National Mental Health Organization. It is completely nonprofit, and September is Suicide Prevention and Awareness Month, and they are the right people to talk to you. I guarantee if it ain't you, it's one of your friends has actually thought about suicide. This is one of the times that you should go into this assembly not thinking, I'm too cool for this. I'm going to throw rocks at this kid because that makes me mature. And just pretend like you're cooler than you really are. Or you could go in with an open mind and actually pay attention. So maybe when one of your friends is in one hell of a spot, you know the signs and you can help them out. Okay? Just go in with an open mind. Friday next week, the first time that the freshmen are released off their chains. Friday next week is an early release Maroon Day. Now, normally, when we have an early release Maroon Day, it's no different for you than any other day. You go 1, 2, 3, lunch, Spartan time. Freshmen are locked down Spartan time no matter what. They release everyone at 1 o'clock so you can go do all the homecoming jazz. You know, it's like, what, pep rally, and, you know, they ride around in cars or a parade, or I don't know. I never go to them because it's too loud. But there's a big shindig, whatever, Friday afternoon. Okay? And then everyone goes to the game. We watch our football team get crushed, and then you come back for the dance. Okay?
We get crushed.
We have
Is it how much dancing's allowed?
Dancing, inappropriate meat grinding, yes, all of the above. Let's be honest, that is a mosh pit of hormones and no control. You do not have to go to the dance. You do not have to behave inappropriately. That's just what happens. Um, so that's all stuff that's happening next week. If the whole homecoming thing isn't your jam, I don't know how you would know that because you're not haven't been there before. My room is always open during that time. I usually have a 5-hour geekathon in here. We're going to be running a magic tournament, so if that's your jam. But just wanted to get some things out of the way. Oh, also, this whole week has been an absolute train wreck in terms of my classes and at home because the whole family got sick. I even had to have my 2-year-old come in here, and he was wandering the classroom playing with toys while I was doing function transformations with Algebra 2 because we had nowhere to put him while my wife took the other kid to the clinic. It was something. He was rolling. He was like chucking little fidgets at people. It was hilarious, right? Okay. It's been rough. Whole family's sick. Everyone got tested. Y'all know what RSV is? That's rolling around the area. Normally, it's little kids, like toddlers and babies, that get it. Whatever the current strain of it is, it's big enough that it's hitting adults too. So RSV and COVID, and there's some haymaker, just nasty cold coming around, and we haven't even hit flu season yet. You're going to be gone at some point. Take care of yourself. If you start coughing, if you start feeling sick, put on a mask, go home. Okay? Do you remember spring 2020? Do you remember being shut down? Do you remember having to stare at a screen? Okay? You don't want that again because odds are you didn't do a flippin' thing during it. Do you want your grade to reflect that if we have to shut down because we've got 5 viruses running around the school? Okay? If you're sick, don't come to school. It's that simple. Okay? Stay home. We're on YouTube. Smash that like, hit that bell. Okay? So, that means that I haven't got any grading done yet. I got all your notebooks done. I haven't done any of the quizzes yet. I hope to get through it this weekend. Be patient with me because I'm patient with you. I let you turn it in late. You didn't turn stuff in last time, turn it in next time. Okay? All the way up, I give about a 3-week window. If you haven't turned it in after 3 weeks, okay, now they're zeros. Before that, it'll just be missing. But after 3 weeks and you haven't talked to me, okay, now it's a 0. Anytime before that, look, hey, you did it. Yay, it goes in. Okay? So, I hope to end this off with really, really easy stuff, again, where you'll have done this before. You know how to solve equations, but do you know what an equation is? Equation is math.
Yeah.
Thumps staff on ground. Thuds chest. I have spoken. Right? Now, an equation is a balance. It's a statement. You are saying this stuff over here is equal to that stuff over here. Okay? Now let's say it's like a teeter-totter. This side is balanced with this side. Maybe you got an adamantium skeleton or something. I don't know. Okay? One side is balanced with the other. What you do to one side balances the other. The only time that it balances is when everything is equal. They are asking, is the equation true, false, or open?
What?
There's no equal sign. Huh. Maybe that's because there was a big honkin' stuff over here and I got rid of it because I put a big blank white box on there. What if I called that, all right. There. Add those on there. Those might not even be what's in the book. I don't care. Just put those there. I accidentally put the thing there. Like, these are taken straight out of your book. I just put like a white box over the part that's already filled out so that we can do it together. If I say 24 plus 18 equals 32, true, false, or open? That's 42, right? So you just say it's false. This is not a true statement. What that means is one side of the teeter-totter does not match the other. And you have all been on that teeter-totter when someone jumps off and you right down on your nethers, right? What about this one? Yeah, it is balanced. Everything's great. The world is happy. This is an example of open. Open meaning, well, I don't know. Why don't I know if this is true or not?
As an unknown variable.
Variable, literally. Constant means it is always constantly this thing. Variable means the value can vary. If that that x is 5, is it true?
No.
No. If it's a 12, is it true?
No.
No. If it's 17,
No.
17 times 2? 34? 34 minus 14?
Oh, that's a minus?
Yeah. Okay, so this one is open. Because right now, I don't know if it's true or false because I don't know what the value for x is. That's what solving an equation is. You find the one value, or maybe multiple values, that are going to make it true. Booger, you're looking a little too comfortable there. You going to focus up here?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, do those 3. Tell me, true, false, or open? Missing your notes, bud?
Can't write with my left hand.
Cool. You know what we do with that? You can print out these slides when the video's done. We're just going to have that for you. Can you at least hop over to someone and work along with them? Make sure that you're getting what's going on. Talk to your neighbors. Okay, who? What? Yeah, just talk to your neighbor. Just make sure that you know what's going on. Keely's got some of the best notes in here. Like, she can write stuff. Okay, but you still talk and make sure that you know what's going on, right? Okay. So is it true or false or open? It is equal to. It is not equal to. Or, depends what that is. You all right there? Okay. It's got a variable in it. It's open. Now, could I find the value of the variable that makes it true? Yes, that's what solving is. But it is an open statement. Depending what y is, it's either true or false. 16 minus 7 and 4 plus 5. By my accounts, those are the same thing. So, true statement. 32 divided by 8, 4. 2 by 3, 6. That is not a true statement. False. That's simple. That's all it is. You just have to be able to say what it is. Okay. Now they get these open statements and they say, is it true or not if I push this specific button? Remember what we said when we were evaluating? If I'm plugging something in, what do I need to do first? Starts with a P.
Parentheses.
Ends with an parentheses. Yes, parentheses. 32 question mark 2 by 6 plus 12. Use parentheses, replace the x with the 6, and see, does this work or not? Well, 32 is that 12 plus 12. Last time I checked, that is very false because that's when we hit our squat max. That's when our knees blew out. 24 was not 32. 32 is when both the meniscus and both my knees tore. So, ow. So, plug it in. Oh, I suppose I should actually say, no, it is not a solution. You do too. Plug it in. Hopefully you know how to work with fractions. Okay. If it's more comfortable for you, because it's a terminating decimal, I'm okay with that. Remember, terminating decimals I'm fine with you working with. But be not afraid of the fraction. I just ask, yes or no? Does it work or not? You all know how this works. An open statement, an unknown result. I want to ask my parents if I can go to the homecoming dance and then stay over at my friend's house. I don't know if this is a solution or not. You shoot your shot. You see if it works. Okay? If I plug in that 1/2, don't be afraid of a fraction. What's half of 6? 3. 3 minus 8 is? -5. So since it works, I would say, yes, that is indeed a solution. It is the only solution. This is the one magic phrase that you can say that your parents will say yes. Say, I'm going over to Abby's house because like she's responsible and stuff. I'm gonna go to the homecoming dance and then I'm gonna go over to Abby's house because she follows the rules. Instead of I'm going to the homecoming dance, then I'm gonna go over to Natalie's house. Nah, you be home by 10. Okay? No. Okay. Word problem applications of these, don't overthink them. Please make sure you can still have an equation for them, though. There's a difference between I can figure it out in my head versus I can write an equation. In algebra half, you are learning to do the equation stuff so that when you get to the tough stuff and you can't do it in your head, you got the skills. Case in point. Okay, got a couple here with the cute little football shirts there. Got a game. Tell me, when in the middle of a game do you stop what you're doing to do a dot drill up down? Never. Do you do that during practice so that when you get absolutely clobbered, knocked on the ground, you can get your feet back under you and go run? Yes. This might be easy. Still go through the steps, do the practice, so that when it gets tougher later, you've got the skills. Okay? Art student, go make a model. Great ball court. What was blah, blah, blah. Oh, very common in math is to have blah, blah, blah. Here's a box. You know what boxes do, right? Length by width. You know how to find the perimeter. You know how to find the area. Remember all that stuff? Perimeter. 2 times the length plus the width, because you're going to double both of them. Area, length by width. I know stuff about boxes, and it says the length of the court is 2.4 times its width. But the length is 54 inches. What if this sentence wasn't here? And I asked, the length is 2.4 times the width. What should the width be? Go back to when we did all of our stuff about changing words into math. The length is 2.4 times width. Is means equals. The length is 2.4 times its width. That one sentence, it says it right there. Is means equals. So length is 2.4 times width. We need to make this stop. Then it says the length is 54 inches. Okay, now I can replace. 54 is 2.4 W. Huh. Well, how do I figure that out?
Algebra.
Algebra. Okay.
That's what standard says. Change up the equation.
Now, the whole lot of you are in physical science, right? So, algebra half is kind of the minimum to be in physical science because you do a lot of basic equations. This is asking 2.4 times what makes 5 or 54. Do you remember how to solve that? How?
I would divide the right side by W and then also
Okay.
divide the left side by W. And then I would times the left side by 54 and also times the right side by 54. So that I get equal W.
I was with you for the first 2 steps, and then you started multiplying things by 54.
Yeah, to get it to the right side. Because I don't want 54 on the left side. That's where I want my W.
Oh, okay. So, Tyson sees a pancake that looks like this and says, no, 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 no. The fork goes in my right hand. I want to eat the little part first. I need to flop my pancake so that I got the little part over there and it's just nice and okay. How many of you were taught that at some point that your variable always has to be on the left? Like a teacher specifically said, variable on left. You have to do this. Okay, I'm just curious like what your experience was. It doesn't matter, it's a balance, right? If I say 5 equals x or x equals 5, still the same thing? Okay, so could you just shove a spatula under that pancake, flop the whole thing over to make Tyson happy? Yeah, we can do that. It's cool either way. It was called inverse operations. We're kind of jumping the gun here. But if that 2.4 is hugged up on W, about a week away from that, what are they doing?
Multiplying.
Whenever you got something smashed up on a variable, they're multiplying. You are the ultimate turd, you divide. Everyone got that calculator handy?
That's what I did. It's 22.5.
22.5, okay. But here's the thing. Can you write that? Yeah, you could probably look at this and say the length is 2.4 times the width. All right, so just divide that by 2.4. Yeah, that's great, but can you write the equation that says the same thing? Get used to writing the equation when it's nice and easy so that when it gets ugly, you're okay. Why are you doing 1.7? I don't know. Why weren't you doing 1.7 when we actually did 1.7? Okay, there you go. Getting again. Another court. Write the equation. Solve it if you have to. Evaluate it if you have to. Whatever you're doing. How do I write that? Look for those words. Look for the is. Okay, is means equals. So this equals that. They say the magic word times in there again. So they're just straight up telling you you're going to multiply. Can you write the equation? I know you can probably figure it out in your head, but can you write the equation? That's the difference. The length is 14 times the height. They say it right there. The length is 14 times height. I'm going to use variables for now because I don't know what either of them is. Write an equation that can be used to find the height. Cool. Check. Got it. Of a model that has a length of 49 centimeters. So 49 replaces my L. Oh, it doesn't want us to solve. It just says write the equation.
Oh,
Even better.
No, that's okay. That means we're just going further than we're supposed to. But what would I do then?
Pancake flipping. We'll want the small side.
Okay. Tyson's going to be very particular about his pancake and say it has to be flipped that direction.
and then you divide.
Divide. Can you reduce 49 over 14 without running to a calculator and telling me, what's that, 2, 3, 7, yeah, don't tell me 3.5. Don't tell me 3.5.
You want 3.5?
Not 3.5. What number goes into 49 and 14? Divide both by 7. Write it as 7 halves. Any modern calculator you have is going to write it as an improper fraction. Because think about that. If I said, what's 3.5 times 14? Back when you were doing mixed numbers, did you actually multiply like that? Or did you do this? Right? You always turned it into an improper fraction anyway. So just leave it as an improper fraction. In fact, you'll see that throughout all of math. All high school long, you are always going to write it as the improper fraction, unless your teacher is just a putz. So, but can we do it when it gets ugly? If the replacement sets are x is all of this stuff, so meaning find all 5 values, and y is this stuff, find all values, can you figure it out? Tell you what, let's just do this one where x is a quarter, and let's do this one where y is 8. I want you to plug them in and see, are those true? Are those actual solution sets? Are those numbers solutions to these open statements? If I plug those numbers in, will it make it true? Okay. A solution is when you make it true. Can I plug those numbers in and make it true? Tell me, yes or no, true or false. I just want to see if you can do it with ugly numbers. Mine. Not plus 7 equals 7. Try 1/4. Does it work? A quarter plus 3. Don't say 3 and a quarter. Call that an improper fraction. Let's get our practice in. Y'all remember this from way back in the day, right? I have 3 whole things plus a quarter. Well, couldn't I just call that 4, 8, 12 quarters plus a quarter? Please tell me you all remember this. Multiply these two, add that one, because I have 3 whole groups of 4 plus 1 is 13 quarters. Please tell me that we remember how to cross cancel, right? I hope. Okay, you're in algebra now. Like, you've all done it. And then 1 times 13, 1 times 2. Last time I checked, 13 halves does not equal 7. So I would say false. Do it again. And check and see. Rewrite it with parentheses. Here goes my y. And I'm asking if that equals 9. I'm going to see if when I plug in an 8, this works. Well, 9 squared, last I checked, does not equal 9 because 81 does not equal 9. So also false. What this is getting to, do you remember having to check your solutions?
Yeah.
Solve the equation, check your answer. This is saying, hey, you can tell if you're right. We're going to go through all the solving stuff, but if you can't prove that you're right, then you're wrong. You should be able to go back and check. Words. We might come back to the words. Right? No, we'll do the words now. Answer parts is this, rate is this, right and solve. Yep. I would like you to turn words into math. Write an equation. Yo.
So that one we did, I got 6.5. Is that still right? Or should I make the improper?
How'd you get...
Because
Oh, you distributed. Okay.
It's not right, or would it not be right because it's not an improper fraction?
2 times a quarter, 6. 6.5, almost 3 1/4. What? Oh, there was a 2 outside of that.
But what was it? 13 over 4 or whatever equaled 6.5. So I don't really know.
No, I just plain missed the 2 entirely.
Oh.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Wait, so I know how to do this, but did I set the equation right at least?
Well, 40 per hour. Per usually means times.
So 40x
And then you got to pay for the parts.
is 48.
Now, it's not equals this. It says
So
equals
it'd be like
your...
5 hours.
Nope. You're overthinking it. It's 40 per hour plus the $48 is your total amount.
Yeah.
They said find the total cost if he does 1.5 hours. So now you're plugging in.
Yeah.
Oh. So that's pretty much just
Yeah.
X, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it'd be 40.1 times 1.5.
Yes.
Okay.
But can we write it as the equation is the problem.
What was your bathroom thing again?
Go.
I couldn't go to see.
Leave the phone here so you're not distracted on the can. Leave it here. Go. Hi, what?
So the answer is easy to get. I don't know how you operate the equation.
Like you could get the answer.
Say what you did.
Well, I just did 40 times 1.5 plus 48.
And that equaled the total, right?
108.
Until that last sentence, did you know how long he worked?
No.
There you go. 40 times I don't know plus 48 is my total.
How am I supposed to figure that out?
It's what you did anyway. I'm going to take 40 times an unknown value and I'm going to add 48 to it. Exactly what you said. What you did is the equation. You don't know that until the next sentence. You're jumping the gun. Write and solve an equation to find the cost of the repairs.
Just do X
I don't know the
equals
hours yet.
1.5.
No, this is the equation. Exactly what you said. You don't know this until the end of it. So that's your variable.
Already.
That's it. You're overthinking the bejesus out of this thing right now. Okay. You got to pay $48 no matter what. That's parts. And then it's $40 an hour. What if this doesn't exist? Just from the first sentence, you pay $48 for the parts and $40 per hour. What is the unknown right now? How many hours they work, right? That job might take an hour, it might take 5. Okay. What happens if you have to disassemble the entire brake drum? Right? So plus $40 per hour. That's going to be my total cost. Then I go to the second sentence, and it says, write and solve the equation, check, if the mechanic works for 1.5 hours. So now I know this one. Now I know that's 1.5 hours. And then you do the order of operations. 40 times 1.5, 60. 60 plus 48 is $108. Tell you what, if you get a mechanic around here who's charging $40 an hour, as long as they're not just gonna like leave a wrench inside your cylinder, like, keep that guy. Because how many of you actually got your own car right now? How many pay your own repair bills? Or do your own? Okay. 60? 65 bucks an hour? 70? More like it? Like, go to a dealer, it's 80 bucks an hour? Like, it's a lot. So, y'all know that we do driver's ed here at the school, right? We got like two or three different people who do classes, depending on the time of the year, okay? Sign up for them, get the class done, just getting out of the way. Even if you're not going to get a car, even if you're not going to drive, just in terms of safety and preparedness, having your license means what happens if dad busts his arm and can't be driving anymore? What happens if it's a manual? Well, you just gonna, right? Okay, it's kind of, right? At the very least, what happens if you got to drive grandma? Grandma wants to go to bingo. Okay, you're gonna go drive grandma's caddy. You all know the grandma caddy, right? The things that's like 38-foot long land yacht, and when you hit a bump, you do this for the next like 2 miles. Okay. At the very least, go do driver's ed, get your permit, do driver's ed, get all of that out of the way so you at least know if you need to in an emergency. Okay. I know most kids just want it so they can get out of the house and, freedom. All right. Mental math. This asks the question, what plus 8 is 12? What plus 8 is 12? That's mental math. You all know. Well, what plus 8 is 12? 4. Now, if I think that it's 4, I got to actually plug it back in. I say 4 plus 8 is 12. Check that 12 is actually 12. Make sure that you did it right. Okay? I know that this has got to be, for some of us, this is like beyond just, it isn't that way for everyone. Like, algebra half is the bottom of the ladder at the high school because everyone coming in is at different levels, but not ready for the next one. Okay? So if this is review and you're just kind of snowballing right now, bear with me. This asks the question, what divided by 8 is 9? It asks the question. 17? No. Okay. 72. And you check it and you say 72 over 8. Is that actually 9? Grab a calculator if you need to. 9 is 9. Yay, I win. That's a really terrible 9. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that because there's an old person in the room who can understand. You remember playing cooties? Doesn't that look like one of the antlers? He's way older than I am, and I feel like we just get... Okay, so.
And you made me.
All right. Do the same thing. Mental math. Write out the statement, though. Write the question. Write the question. You got to roast him when he comes in, right? Write that as a question. Okay, Cooties was a game where you put together little toys. It was kind of like a build your own Mr. Potato Head, but it looked like this like ant looking thing. Yeah. They still have them? I feel not as old now. They're still using it 60 years later. Good job. Okay. Do the thing. Write the question. You say, what is the solution of? So I say 12 minus what? That's what you're asking in your head. So how much do I have to take away from 12 to make a 3? No. Get fingers and toes on it if you have to. Come on, Arkansas math.
About 9?
About 9. But check it. And say, why would we do this? I already know how to do this. Mental. Well, yeah, it says it right there, mental math. But we're getting the process. Because what happens when the equations are much bigger? Okay. Okay. Your book does have a feature where they talk about specifically a table. It's a guess and check. Y'all remember doing guess and check on these before you learned how to do them for real? You'd say, here's what I'm guessing for n. This is 5n plus 8. And I'm going to just start guessing stuff until it actually works. And I want to see, is it 48? So you just start picking numbers. You say, I'm just start guessing numbers. I'm going to guess, I don't know, 5. 5 by 5 is? 25 plus 8 is? 33. No, too low. Fire again. 10. 50 plus 8. Too high. And you just keep in between there. And try 7. 35 plus 8. 43. Okay, I'm getting warmer. I know it's higher than that. I know it's lower than that. And you try 8. 5 by 8 is 40. 40 plus 8 is 48. Ding, ding, ding. That's my winner. Okay. So a table just shows the work. You guess and check, but this is showing your work. Okay? This is how we first learned it. Can I guess and check my way through it? So, try it. Guess and check your way through a solution. I'll write the table out again. Here's my guesses for P. I'm hoping we hit 35. Here's 25 minus 3P.
Wait, why did you switch it to 35?
What? Oh.
Okay, that's one of those marks.
Yeah, it is. That's me just tired at the end of the day. Oops. Okay, fill out the table. Yeah? Hey, first blood. Only took us 4 weeks. Come on now.
Well, you just told us about it yesterday, 2 days ago. Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a pity point.
Wait, what?
There you go.
What are the points for?
Food.
Ooh, how do we get the points? Did we get
Okay.
Oh, we were around days. I wasn't here either. It was Wednesday.
Well, then I know that you didn't watch our lesson video to make it up. Okay, that's bad.
It was about this time too.
That's really bad.
Yeah.
Guess what I got on my science test?
Hmm?
Guess what I got on my science test?
just saw it just now.
Why should you start guessing?
11D blue.
It's actually red.
What is 11?
11D1.
So it's a fake number that you just say for grins.
I got a 45%.
Ow!
But my worksheet made up for it, so now I'm still.
Okay. Ow. So I just start guessing numbers. And I say, well, I'm going to try, I don't know, a 10, just for grins. No, it's not. Because last I checked, 25 minus 30 is a negative 5. So I'm going in the wrong direction here, right? I'm subtracting a thing from 25. How do I get it to go up?
Make more.
I don't want to subtract from 25 to go up. I want to add. How do I subtract a thing to really add? I make it a negative number. Remember, add the opposite. So maybe it needs to be a negative 10. Okay, try negative numbers. See if those work. Oh, I shouldn't have gone right for the throat like that. That's actually the answer. Okay. Because, what's 3 times 10? Or negative 10, sorry. This is a negative 30. I now have a 25 minus a negative 30, which is really add the opposite, is 55. Okay. We know integers. We know positive and negative numbers. We know fractions. We know decimals. They are all valid things to choose. Which brings us to the next part. Sometimes, to find the solution, you might have to guesstimate. Okay. Here's the x's. Here's my negative 9x minus 5. I'm hoping it equals 28. Start guessing and checking. Negative 9 by a thing minus 5. Negative 9 by a thing minus 5. Negative 9 by a thing minus 5. I don't know how many I'll need. Okay. Go ahead. Pick a number.
7.
7.
25 and a half.
Okay. We jam a 7 in there. What is negative 9 by 7? 63. But negative, right? And then I subtract another 5. Negative 68. Okay, so this is way lower than I was supposed to be. I need to go the other direction. Okay, I heard try a negative 20. I won't do a negative 27.5 yet. Okay, try a negative 20. Negative 9 and negative 20 is? What's 9 times 2? Tack a 0 on the end. 180. Okay, negative and a negative is positive. This is 180 minus 5 is 175. Well, I know that 28 is between those two numbers. So I know it's somewhere between here. Which one is it going to be closer to?
7.
Closer to this one, right? Because 28 is closer to negative 68 than 175. So let's try, you know what? Let's just try like 1. Oh. Negative 9 minus 5. Oh, you owe me 9. You borrow another 5. So we go, get those fingers and toes out. You owe me $9. You borrow another 5. I thought I heard some people say 13. What was it? Okay. I could swear I heard someone say 13. Okay, so we're heading in the right direction. We just got to go further. Maybe I try a negative 5. Is it too far? What's negative 9 times negative 5? 45 minus 5 is 40. Okay, I did go too far. But we're starting to find the needle, right? You're just picking numbers and trying. Where am I actually going to get to this? And I say, all right, how about negative 4? I wasn't too far off. Negative 9 times negative 4. 36 minus 5. Ooh, not quite. Try negative 3. Negative 9 by negative 3. 27 minus 5 is, wait a second. It was right in here, wasn't it? It was, no, it was between them. 28 is between 22 and 31. Look at the example. What's this example called? Estimating a solution. Is my answer going to be closer to negative 4 or closer to negative 3? Closer to negative 4. So, you all seen this symbol before, right? Approximately negative 4. It's like a wavy equal sign.
Oh, there's 2? Is there always been 2? I always use it with 1.
No, because if I do this, that means not. This means approximately. That just says does not equal. So those two are the same. We want approximately. Okay. Or if you're texting, then it's got to be, right? For does not equal. Since I can't actually put the slash through it. Equals slash equals, so it's slash through it. Okay.
We don't normally text equations.
Get used to it because I'm not going to have time to scribble on my screen sometimes. It's faster for me to just type it. So, all right, same thing. This one is going to be between two numbers. So you're going to find between what two numbers is it, and you're going to have to say approximately this. Go. Approximately. Close to, about this. Or if you're Canadian, about this.
Does this have to be exact?
It won't be. It can't.
Okay.
I mean, the answer is negative 25 thirds. But that's not an integer. So you're going to say approximately this. I solved it. I want you to get that table and say between what two numbers is this? I'll save you some time and tell you that it's going to be negative. Now, this doesn't have to take forever. Okay. You know, a nice way to determine if I have to be positive or negative, always start with 0. Because if I throw in 0, I get 3. Do I need to go above or below that? So now I know that it's got to be a negative number. Okay? So I'll try, I don't know, negative 5. Well, that's a negative 15. Plus 3 is a negative 12. Not quite. Negative 7. Negative 21 plus 3. Getting warmer. Negative 8 is negative 24 plus 3. Ooh. Try one more. Negative 9. Negative 27 plus 3 is a negative 24. Too far. So, since my answer appears to be somewhere in here, is it closer to negative 8 or negative 9? Okay. So I say approximately negative 8. That's what we mean by estimate your solution. And you got Anglin over there freaking out at me because we did this. My head. We'll get to that next week. Remember solving equations? Two-step equations? Okay. So, these are just extra examples. The top row. Are we okay with that? Show me thumbs. Especially Natalie, who's so amused by her knee.
Yeah, it's really nice. I actually have a heart on my leg, and it's really just.
Okay.
What was that thing that you threw in your bag when you started talking to you?
I don't know.
Yo, I said I don't care. I'm not going to be the one who's yanking phones from you if you're doing what you're supposed to. There's a difference between I have written down the thing you wrote down versus I am actually paying attention and figuring stuff out. Okay. Then in that case, go for it. Get those streaks. I don't care. Okay. Are we okay with the top row? Show me thumbs. You remember that? I'm good. I got this. I can do it. One more because I'm freaking out versus what the flying fornication is this? Okay. So at least one more. There. Let's do. The scorpion is left. Oh, Right, it is. Okay, try again. You pick the x's and try a bunch of these. Okay, I'm just writing out a bunch. Just start guessing and checking numbers. But I would suggest fill out the table like this first with a bunch of parentheses. Like, this is where I'm going to write my stuff. And then just keep trying it. Sometimes you'll luck out and just guess right the first time. Other times you'll do this 50 times and still not get there. You got what? Oh, 2 tries. See, that ain't bad. Now, I'm interested in the folks who stared at it and then wrote a number and said, I got it the first try. Did you actually get it the first try? Or were you trying the numbers in your head? Okay. You're still doing it, right? You're still guessing and checking. You're still running through the numbers and seeing, do I have to go up or down from the number I just guessed? Right? I mean, I'm just gonna start with 0 so I know, is it gonna be positive or negative? Well, 0 minus 13, I definitely need to go above that, so it's gonna be a positive number. Oh, I'll try 5. Is 40, oh, well there you go, 40 minus 13. Yay, I got it on the second try. Okay, so what if I didn't? What if I chose 10? It'd be too high, go lower. You just keep back and forth. Do you know that's how your NWEA tests work?
Really?
It's called a reactive test. Okay. I was on the pilot program for it when it first came out, like 15 years ago or whatever. It's an adaptive test, meaning it starts you at questions that are at grade level. It says, nationally, the norm is that freshmen should be doing this in class. It starts you there, and then if you get it right, it gives you a harder question. You get it right, it gives you a harder question. You get it wrong, it gives you an easier question. You get it wrong, it gives you an easier question. You get it wrong, it gives you an easier question. You get it right, it gives you a harder question. It's an adaptive test, and it ping-pongs back and forth between all the stuff that should be at your grade level.
So what if we just guess on the whole test? Abby? Shut up.
If you're just guessing and poking, then it's not going to make any sense at all.
Actually, I got a higher score than some, but and he's pretty mad about it because I stole his
I used to work with your dice, but not anymore. I don't know how good you are at math.
Well, I mean, I did one for 2 problems, and then
Oh, yeah.
no, you did not. I got tired.
You had this slot sign that said, "Hey, the teacher told you to slow down."
All right. Ooh. No. One more. I won't go through 1-9 today. We'll just finish it off at 1-8. I want to see, can you figure it out when you have to replace x on both sides? 6 thing minus 10 is 4 thing. Can you do both? I just want to see if you can handle it.
I can't.
Try it. I'll tell you that the number is between negative 10 and 10.
Just go with the assumption that very easy question.
Well, would you rather that, or I bumped it up to something in double or triple digits?
I would not.
Okay.
Yet. You'll get to it later, right? You got that?
What'd you get? Not one. Because if I put in 1, I get negative 4 equals positive 4.
Negative 4.
Right? 6 minus 10 is negative 4. No, you made a mistake with signs. Negatives are the bane of the math student's existence. Like, it happens. I'm the teacher. Look at that board. I screw up all the time. Oh well. You learn something from it. Okay? It's not a big deal.
At least you got a brownie too.
Yeah, I always got kids who try to argue, like, shouldn't you just want brownies? Like, could you just put more points up there? No. Earn it. Earn it. All right, well, I heard that one. Okay. Someone said 1, and you end up with negative 4 does not equal positive 4. Okay, I know that that one doesn't work. What else?
5.
Okay, so I'll try a negative 5. And I see negative 30 minus 10 is negative 40. That's negative 20. They got further apart, right? So if putting in a 1 was not as far off as putting in a negative 5, then that tells me this is going in the wrong direction. I need to go the other direction. So try 2. 12 minus 10 is 2. 4 times 2 is 8. Now instead of being 8 apart, now they're 6 apart. I'm headed in the right direction. Try 4. 24 minus 10 is 14. 4 by 4 is 16. Oh, so close. Try 5. 30 minus 10 is 20. 4 by 5 is 20.
Yeah. I got that on the first try.
Okay, sometimes we just get it. Okay. Could you do this? Like, I can guess and check on a table. I'm not asking if you like it. I'm asking, can you do it? Okay. Those are 2 different questions. I get that. All right. We'll cut it off there then. The patterns thing isn't big, but when you come on Tuesday, we're going to finish 1-9 and move straight into chapter 2. I'm just going to keep going. Okay? All right, we're good.